Well, hello, welcome along. It is so good to have you with us. We've had an interesting evening this evening. Highs and lows, I think you could say. Highs for Arsenal, lows for Liverpool. But let's stay on the highs for Arsenal because one of the show's favourites, Declan Rice.
Rice, baby!
Good evening.
What a win that is. Thierry, why don't you take the floor? Go ahead.
No, congrats once again. I mean, you know, the North London derby, now Bayern, hopefully Chelsea at the weekend. Let's not go there too quickly. But first and foremost, I wanted to talk about the plan, because did you obviously work on knowing that Bayern was going to go and press? Because sometimes I see how quickly you avoid getting done by getting caught playing or overplaying too early against them, or any team, by the way.
Yeah, I think from 2-3 days ago after the North London derby, the manager straight away showed us Bayern and the way they're going to play. We know they go man-to-man all over the pitch, and they've probably been the toughest opposition we've played this season. The manager spoke about the importance of communication tonight, because the way they move and the way their wingers come inside and Harry Kane dropping so deep and defenders following you everywhere, you know, it's a game that just makes you think constantly. So with and without the ball, we knew exactly what we had to do. And first half was tough, but I think second half, as the game went on, I think our quality showed through and we fully deserved it. I think they didn't even have a shot in the second half and we was a constant threat. So, yeah, it was a massive game. But credit to the manager, because he set us up and we knew exactly what we had to do tonight.
Declan, on the back of that win, I've called Arsenal the best team in Europe right now. And speaking to you, I think I'd put you as one of the best, if not the best midfielder in Europe also right now. Now, not thinking just about tonight, I'm thinking about the weekend. And you've got Chelsea, and it's Caicedo. And you'll be well aware there's been a lot of talk about Rice and Caicedo all season. Could that battle between the two of you over the next few years be a little bit reminiscent of the old battles of Roy Keane and Patrick Vieira?
Well, I don't know. We'll see. First and foremost, I have a lot of respect for Moises. I've played against him since his Brighton days, since I was at West Ham. I voted him last year in my PFA Team of the Year. I thought he was outstanding last year, and he started this year incredibly well as well. And yeah, there's so much comparisons between us, but we are playing different positions. He's a full-blown 6 and I'm a more box-to-box 8. So that Sunday's going to be an interesting game. But I think the most important thing is that I have a lot of respect for him as a player, like Roy and Patrick did. And yeah, it's an exciting battle between us, and it's one that I'll be ready for sure.
You're not backing down, are you?
Look, Jamie, leave me alone. Decky's trying to put too much pressure on you. I know what he's trying to do, reverse psychology.
I've just called him the best midfielder in Europe.
But what did I tell you? What did I tell you last season, Deck?
I have to respect everyone.
What did I tell you? I said, as a 6, you're fantastic, but as number 8, you could be anything you want to be, and now you're showing that. It's great to see, my man.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. I think at the minute, I'm probably playing the best football of my career. I just feel so confident, you know, every time I'm training, every time I'm stepping on the pitch. Probably the fittest I've ever been as well. You know, I think when you've got all these things going for you, I think when you step on a football pitch, you know it's going to happen. And, you know, I've just got that confidence at the minute. I'm really happy with my game, and, yeah, long may it continue. I think it's got to enjoy the ride.
Dec, I have another one for you. You know, you saw, I'm sure, what I saw and what I said. Sorry, and I saw you the other day, as you know. Are you embracing the fact that you guys are favourite in everything right now?
Thierry, to be honest with you, honestly, we're not even thinking about it. I think we know how good we are as a team. On our day, we know we can beat anyone. It's just about taking one game at a time. I think we've been in this position before, and you know it's easy to get carried away with where you are. But I think when you're playing every 3 or 4 days, you just need to be playing matches, recovering to the best ability you can, and then going again. And after the North London derby, it took a lot out of us. We knew tonight was going to be a tough battle, but now we need to complete the week strong, and it's a big one at Chelsea. So we're going to be ready for that. We can't wait.
Now, obviously, like you're not going to be, you know, cocky about it and not that. But for me, I will be honest with you, there's something different this year. Yeah. There is something different. It's not the same as before. Before, I used to say that, you know, Arsenal can win because I was a fan. Now I say it without my Arsenal hat on. the way you look as a team, as a unit, is different. There's something that's happening. Now, you are not there. We are not there. We know that. But also, the thing of embracing the fact that you're good is also vital. You understand what I'm saying? When you arrive somewhere, it's also vital. I'm just saying it is different this year, but it's still a long way. So all the best.
No, thank you very much. You're right. I think there's I see an anger in our players this season. Like you said, I think you could see it in the derby on the weekend. You can see it in other games we've played. You know, we've got that fire in our stomach, whether we're defending, whether we're going for a duel, whether we're defending a corner, whether we want to go and score. Every action, you know, we're so hungry to do the best we can. And we've got a group of players now, a group of leaders who are unbelievable, and a set of lads who will do anything to try and get this team to win. So, yeah, let's keep it going. Like I said, it's a long way to go. We're only we're going to be started December soon. So it's a long way to go, but we're going to keep enjoying the ride and, keep embracing it, like you said.
Yes. Declan, much less important question before you go, if you don't mind. I know you see some of the clips of the show on Instagram. I'm wondering, have you seen a segment called Table Time?
No, I've not.
You've not seen it?
Yeah, nobody watches that part. No.
Wow. Oh, gosh. All right, well, tomorrow morning, check it out. Let's see what you think of it tomorrow morning. Take a look at the CBS Sports Golasso page.
All right, I'm going to look at it.
Okay, sounds good. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Incredible night. Well done.
All the best against Chelsea. All the best against Chelsea.
Thought everybody knew Table Time. I'm a bit gutted by that.
You don't watch your Table Time,
One of my
mate.
favourite segments. Well.
You can DM. You mates with Declan?
Yeah, I could.
You can DM it. We can send them a trip.
Yes, do that.
Yeah.
Tutti knows him.
All right, everybody. We're going to go to...
Probably have time to touch on that a little bit later on, but let's just have a little look at after everything that we've seen in the Champions League, where it leaves the standings at the moment. Arsenal are at the top there. And just a reminder that last season, 16 points was pretty much enough to get you through automatically without going into the playoffs. So Arsenal probably just 1 point off that now. Paris Saint-Germain are second, Bayern dropped to third. And then Inter, who I just said there, who had that 100% record as well, they're now fourth. A few teams dropping out of it as well. Man City in that second column for you, and also Newcastle and Liverpool. OK, that's how it looks at the moment. So much to discuss with that, because, wow, what a game, what a performance from this Arsenal side. Martin, really, look, Arsenal had a chance to put a marker down, and Bayern were the team to do it against, because they're one of the favourites, first and second in the table before this game kicked off.
Yeah, I mean, it was really impressive from Arsenal. I thought that first half, the goal that Arsenal scored and conceded, they probably thought, do you know what, we're going to change what we're going to do for this second half. We sat off a little bit. Kimmich plays incredible pass. It's two passes back. It's in the back of the net. So why be worried about pressing? Let's go and press as hard as we can and get in and around them. And then that's how the goals were scored. It was like fantastic the way that they set up. The atmosphere in the stadium, the players coming off the bench. It was a real show of power and strength. I mean, Calafiori comes off the bench, really, because Skelly was in a little bit of trouble. But look what he does from the cross. It's all about what he does as an attacking sense rather than defensively. And then that gets them back in front. Madueke spoke so well afterwards. He feels that it looks like he's at peace at this club. Couldn't get him back soon enough, and then Ødegaard off the bench. So it's looking very good now, of course, now for the weekend, looking ahead to the Chelsea match. So they're coming thick and fast. You have to take time to breathe, to enjoy it. But, you know, that's a platform for Arsenal to build on now for the rest of the season.
Oh, and Bayern have been such a problem for Arsenal in Europe as well.
Yeah, but I think Bayern had a stronger squad, you know, and they had more experience in this competition. And I think that probably showed a couple of years ago when Arsenal were probably stronger than Bayern at that point. But I think Bayern's experience won that game. I think now Arsenal can go toe-to-toe with anyone. I think with the squad that they have, I think obviously signing a striker was important, addressing that goal-scoring issue. But again, you look at Mosquera's come in, seamless. Hincapié on the weekend, seamless. And Madueke comes off the bench. You know, Martinelli, Calafiori. It doesn't matter who comes in; they're all top players. And obviously, I think before it was obviously a lot of focus on Saka and Ødegaard, and rightly so, and Declan because they're special. But I think they've addressed some of those issues. And I think 2 years ago they couldn't have won this game against Bayern. Whereas now, again, that second half I thought they dominated.
Yeah. What about the manager's performance as well and the changes that he made, Martin?
Yeah, I think having a good feeling for knowing what was happening. Obviously, the first substitution was Trossard, who, you want him back. He's been an incredible servant for the club in terms of what he's done. But then he takes Saka off at the right time. Obviously, Madawaki's already on the pitch. Calafiori, he gets an assist. Martinelli comes off the bench, and Martinelli does something. I mean, great credit to Martinelli, because we watched Trossard do what he's doing, and Martinelli's not getting a look in, but he always seems to score in Europe. He comes on, he's not fazed by it. He wants to prove something, and it was a special goal, and I'm really pleased, particularly for him, to get that one.
I love the way as well, it's a real team performance from this Arsenal side at the moment. They're showing different ways of winning.
Yeah, and I thought the first half, I think Mikel probably thought, right, we'll sit off Bayern a little bit. We'll let them play, and Bayern dominate possession. I think they had 62% possession in that first half. And then, but obviously Arsenal scored with the set piece, which, they're exceptional at. And then I just thought the second half, I thought they got a few set pieces that kind of pushed Bayern back. Bayern couldn't get out, couldn't keep the ball. And then from that moment on, Arsenal started to dominate the game. And then Declan said, right, I'm going to grab this game by the scruff of the neck. And they played beautiful football, and they dominated. And I think I said it to Mikel before the game, they have so many phases where they can beat you now. Before that Arsenal team had so many fabulous little ball players, but they didn't have the physical side or the set piece side. Martin's teams, they had everything. Whatever ingredient you needed, whether it was Bergkamp or Thierry or that brilliant back four.
They
had
unsettled,
everything.
didn't they? They unsettled Bayern Munich there
tonight,
didn't they? And they didn't really know how to cope. They sort of knocked on the canvas a little bit. We saw the goal they scored from the set piece, and it was like, it got very nervy. And then Arsenal just took over.
Arsenal knew as well that they were weak from set pieces, and that series of play where it was corner after corner after corner, and it seemed to settle Arsenal down and really rattle Bayern Munich.
And basically, in the first half, we didn't really see a corner from Declan Rice, and then suddenly we had this series of, and Declan's so good. I can't express enough the quality of delivery is on the nail, right? He just puts it into a spot where Arsenal look favourite every time. This is the first one, Saka. It comes from the opposite side. Of course, this is the one. This is Declan Rice now, probably one of the best players we've ever seen take for. Now he started doing this in Dubai, and he starts taking the corners, and it's been like this ever since. Brilliant balls into the box.
Yeah, brilliant save from Neuer. I think he made 5 saves, but again, I think it was that phase of the game where they kind of squeezed Bayern in, who dominated the ball initially, and then they couldn't get out, they couldn't keep it, and then Arsenal kind of grew into the game, the crowd got into the game, and then the ball players got on the ball. Eze, Declan, Zubimendi was running the game, and that allows your fullbacks to get high and to get in the game. And I just thought, tactically, Mikel, I probably made some adjustments at half-time, and it came off beautifully.
What does their mentality say to you about them at the moment, Martin? Because there's been previous seasons, and a lot of them, where Arsenal have had opportunities to take advantages, and they've managed to fluff their lines. And I'm talking about managing to go 6 points clear in the Premier League after this weekend, when Liverpool and Man City have fallen away and lost their games, and this opportunity tonight against Bayern Munich to pull away at the top.
Well, what we've seen, I think that was the first goal they conceded in the Champions League here tonight, and they went 8 games without conceding, and then there's like this force field of power, strength. They're all proud of what they're achieving, and then the mentality, and it's like it's a baton that you hand from one player. Hincapié hands it, doesn't it, to Mascara tonight. It's seamless. You're not seeing it's the same performance, but it's different players. So it's definitely a mentality, a togetherness, and they're really on it at the moment. It's almost like you want to play all the games close together now to get this. But we've got to go to May. So there's a long, long way to go. Enjoy what you're doing. Live, breathe. Whatever you did preparing for this game, you do the same for the next games, and you take that to Chelsea at the weekend. They've got to enjoy it. You've got to love these moments. This is what you play the whole career for, to be in these winning opportunities, top of the league in Europe, top of the Premier League. Everybody wants to shoot at you, but you've got to love it, you've got to enjoy it and embrace it, and that's what they appear to be doing.
Oh, and you were sat next to me, and we looked at the changes, the series that included Martin Odegaard, and you were like, wow, look at that, imagine bringing those people off the bench.
Do you know what I like Laura the most? He's the club captain, and the way he greeted Eze, the way he put his arm around, like, well played, mate. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? That's a true captain, and that shows the togetherness this group has. Eze's obviously, he's been the guy the last couple of weeks because Martin's been out. But I think having your captain kind of even just send that message, and our air was different. It was like, you're almost annoyed when somebody played really well. But I just think, having a captain like Martin, and these guys, they're so together, you can just feel it.
But they're developing leaders, aren't they? They're developing captains. I look back to some of the great teams we had. There was almost 11 captains on the pitch. And this guy coming along now is his leadership material.
Good evening.
By the way,
evening.
by the way, what's the
Thank
performance?
Thank you very much. You're right, yeah.
Oh,
Good to see you.
Declan, congratulations.
Good to see you again.
Moments like this probably don't come along in people's careers that often. Do you really just have to take them in?
Yeah, definitely. I think if you look at Bayern Munich this season, they've been the best team in Europe, and the games they've won tell you that. So we knew tonight what type of game we was in for. Probably the toughest game tactically we've played all season, to be honest with you. The way they move, the way they drag you around, it takes a lot of communication and a lot of thinking.
Some crazy rotations from them, isn't
It's
there?
incredible. The way they work it is so good, and it's top tier. But
Is that why you guys almost sat off them a little bit in the first half?
yeah, when they drop you deep, it's so hard to pick up references across the pitch. You know, it's so hard to get up to a man because they're just rotating constantly. So it's about staying zonal and waiting for the opportunity to pounce. And I think second half we've done that much better. We got our references right. We really went man to man with them. And yeah, it was an all-round great performance because it is Bayern Munich. You know, they've been unbelievable this year, and I thought tonight we was outstanding.
Declan, just talk to me about Supermendy, because I was saying there that you were running free in that game, galloping all over the pitch. It's just like someone's lifted the chains off you to say, right. And is it Supermendy that is giving you that license to? Because it was just there.
Yeah. I
tonight.
think, it's been so easy to play with him. We obviously only signed him in the summer, and usually to build a connection with a player takes a while. But from the first moment we had with each other in pre-season, I could just tell that I was going to play some good football with him. I just really liked him as a person, as a player, and I think as the games have gone on, our understanding of each other has been outstanding, and he's just such a nice guy.
Because at the foot of the defence, you know, that platform, he navigates with his passing, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So well, and then I can stay high, Eze can stay high, because we trust this fella to make the passes.
He's Spain's number 6, and you know what Spanish number 6s are like. They're the best at, first phase build up, turning on the ball, playing forward, playing into pockets, and that's exactly what we've got with him. We all trust him with the ball. If there's a player up his side, it's just easy to give him the ball, and you all feel so confident with him. So he's been so good for us. Unbelievable player.
Dick, it must be so reassuring to know that any changes that get made, there's no drop-off, is there?
That's down to the manager. That's down to the way we work every single day, and the players all believing in exactly what he does. And like you said, every game requires something different. Chelsea on the weekend will be a completely different game to tonight, and that's going to require a different game tactically. But like you said, every player knows their role and what to do, and I think that's the main thing.
Declan, can I ask you honestly, where'd you get these set pieces from? Because to be fair, I thought it was a really tight game in the first half. The set pieces that you kind of pushed Bayern in, they couldn't get out.
Yeah.
Those consistent corners, and then just felt like that changed the game. And then you guys got a foothold in the game, and everybody started to play. But your corners are. When did you practice all them?
I think the delivery is a big part of it. I think obviously to score the goal, you need a top delivery. I think how many corners do you see that hit the first man, or only hit the second man? It's about repetition. We don't actually get to work on it a lot, and I'm being totally honest, just because of the game schedule and how much we actually focus. I think it's a thing we've built in for a while now. We know what we have to do. We know our routine, and it's a great way to open up a game, especially against Bayern, who are really tough to play against. Obviously, people are going to say what they have to say about us and set pieces, but it's a great strength to have, and we're going to hopefully keep scoring.
But you don't even have to just score from set pieces like you showed tonight and like you showed at the weekend against Spurs. Have you spoken to the manager yet? What's he said to you guys in the changing room? Because that was a big night for him as well.
He's so happy, incredible. He just spoke about the importance of communication before the game because of how much they move and rotate. That can really put you off as a player because it has to be constant communication with man-to-man game, and especially when you've got Harry Kane dropping from striker all the way to the edge of the box. Is your centre-half prepared to go the whole way with him? So there's so many different things, and he spoke about the power of communication, and tonight I think everyone was on it. You could feel it. There was something in the stomach, everyone was bang up for it, and it was another special European night.
Does it feel different as a team? I asked Martin about the mentality that we think we can see from Arsenal, where there's so much belief in this side. Does it feel different from last season, the season before?
Yeah, definitely. I think so. I think there's a lot more leaders in the team now. I think there's a lot of players who've been here for quite a while and know what it takes to play for this club, and obviously been in a lot of title races, and obviously that hurts, that feeling of always not being able to get over the line. And we know how important it is every single game. We're just taking it one game at a time, but the mentality's been different this year. There's a hunger and desire in us to want to win every game, and you know we can do that if we're at our best.
Okay, we'll let you go and enjoy it because Declan, Arsenal are top of the Premier League and the Champions League at the moment. Not a bad
it's a long way. Look, it's a long way to go. Let's not carried away.
We'll tell you what, we'll let the fans enjoy that one in the pub tonight.
Great to see you guys.
Well done, thank you so much.
See you later.
Great to see you. Well done. Declan Rice just rejoining his side after what is a brilliant night. Even that there, look, it's far too early to celebrate. We've got to go again. This team know exactly what it's like to stay in competitions late and then lose as well. And what does that give you?
Do you know what? He's such a diamond, you know, as a player and as a person. You know, I think his ability to kind of grab hold of a game is very unique. And I think he realised the moment when they had the upper hand, they had to grab it. And I think with him and all the leaders, they're all kind of grown together. And they deserve a lot of praise. You know, they were exceptional today.
He kind of has a good nose, doesn't he, on the pitch to work out, you know, look, I can go forward
100%.
now. Super Mendy is now, I can trust him. And do you know what, now you're going to see the best of me. Because before I was having to do too much potentially back here, but I can get forward now. And the manager saw that in him. I thought he was a 6, really. But when you look at him, he gets up and down the pitch, and what he offers you when he starts to gallop, he starts to run with it. You're seeing top players, they couldn't live with him. I mean, there's an amazing save. He runs through, and there's only a great save is denied by Neuer. It's an incredible save, and I thought he was going to actually score himself tonight.
From Declan's run that created it, and then the goal came just after that. Look, guys, we'll show you all of this.
That was a great watch. What pleased you the most about that win?
Probably the overall performance and the way we dominated the game, the way we had to adapt to what they do, to their quality. They are a super well-coached team, and it's not a coincidence they didn't lose before today. So we have to raise the standards. We knew that this game was going to require a different dimension of performances, and I think individually we were exceptional.
Bayern historically have been a team Arsenal have struggled against. So a win like this tonight, does it just go to show even more so the progress that you're making as a team?
Hopefully, yes, and he will bring more confidence and more trust to the players. And we made changes, and whoever it is, with all the injuries that we still have, perform in an incredible way. So, I'm so pleased. I know the difficulty of the match that we played and how much they demand in his actions, and I thought we were excellent.
Your first goal came from a corner, and Bayern Munich looked uncomfortable pretty much with every set piece that you took. How on earth do you keep making it so difficult for teams?
Well, in every phase of play as well, we score from a set situation. We score on the counter after a regain. So that's the variability that the team needs from every situation to be a danger, to be very efficient, and we haven't done today.
Both Madueke and Martinelli back from injury, back on the score sheet, and also great to see Odegaard back on the pitch as well. Just how important is it to have those players back for this run that you're about to go on?
Well, very important, because we had an issue with Leo and we had to take him off, but Noni was ready, Gavi as well. We wanted to manage his minutes. He came on and he showed again his energy, his quality. So the impact that the players are showing, it's remarkable.
Arsenal have never won the Champions League, but the way you're playing, the form you're in, the momentum that you've got at the moment, does this feel like your year?
I don't know. We're still so far. We have a really good record so far. We have to continue, enjoy tonight, because tomorrow we have to start to prepare to go to Stamford Bridge.
Thanks, Mikel.
Thank you.
OK, there you go. The Arsenal fans streaming out of the Emirates in fine spirit, I am sure, making their way home, or perhaps via the pub for a quick, swift drink. It is, after all, school night, isn't it? Guys, that performance for these Arsenal fans is something that they've been longing for a long time in Europe. And I know it's early days, and Mikel Arteta will also play it down, as will Declan Rice. But for the Arsenal fans, they can dream a little bit now, can't they, Martin?
Yeah, and why not? And the manager there, you could see he's dying to so early in the season. But it is very promising what we're seeing right now. It's obviously the manager, you know, it's the building blocks. He's putting pieces in that jigsaw puzzle, and now it's starting to come to fruition. And it's about just making it happen, seeing the thing through. You're hoping you're going to win something special. Everybody's chasing after Arsenal now. Chelsea come up next. You just got to suck that in, have a little bit of a breather, prepare well, and then go again. And they keep performing like this, and something special will happen. Oh,
and they stepped it up in the second half, didn't they? And decided to get themselves ahead, and it was Madueke that put them in there.
Yeah, and I just think they have such depth, I think, in this group of players. Obviously, Calafiori coming on, and sure enough, straight after this goal happens, see Calafiori there from that left-back position. He's communicating with Martinelli, and it's really interesting. Stanisic goes inside. and Martinelli covers from. Declan wins the ball, but watch Calafiori continue that run. Eze, brilliant. What's a ball from Calafiori? And Madueke in at the back post. You know, it's so seamless. And you see if Stanisic goes in there, you know, if he just stays wide, it's an easy pass for Upamecano, who made a couple of mistakes, got a little bit nervous. Because he goes inside, they get picked off. And that's exactly where the goal came from. And that's where Declan was talking about those rotations.
Yeah, and being zonal and communicating and then making your decision. And Calafiori then is, instead of going backwards like Skelly was on the receiving end, he's going forward, and then that impetus, he gets the cross in. I mean, look, it's a great ball into the box. It's a tricky ball to deal with, because it bounces right up, but you wouldn't have thought it was tricky, the way that Madueke puts it in the back of the net.
Also, it took Calafiori 1 minute 15 to affect that game after he came off the bench, and it was another sub as well that was involved in the third goal, Martinelli, who scored that one. Talk me through Neuer's thought process in this.
Do you know what? I love this goal, because this is how you get the third and kill the game. You know, great ball from Eze, and Martinelli's in. He's brilliant in this space, and Neuer's in no man's land. You know, he's got to win the ball, but he can actually tries to bring Martinelli down. That's the icing on the cake. And I said it to Mikel before the game. Feels like Arsenal have every phase. And then when you get up 2-1, 3-1 on the counter, you sit in and defend brilliantly like they do, and they hit them. That is a brilliant goal. Obviously, Neuer probably made a couple of mistakes today, but Arsenal punished them.
And he's the one player that you kind of expect to see him do this now, because he does have a few runaway goals, doesn't he, where he's gone in and scored late.
He's good in space, isn't he?
He is. You know, put that ball over the top, and he's direct, he's quick. And that would be great for his confidence, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. OK, guys, let's get some reaction from the Bayern camp, because Harry Kane is ready to speak to Jules Breach.
Harry, not the result Bayern wanted tonight. How did you find it out there?
Yeah, tough game, kind of what we expected. A good battle, I thought, in the first half was fairly even, and you know, the draw was probably the fair result. And then second half, we just don't quite have the same intensity, the same energy. We lost too many duels, and in the end, Arsenal, you know, punished us for that. So one to learn from for sure. We're playing against a really good side, our first loss of the season. So yeah, we don't want to, you know, panic too much about it, but for sure we can learn about it.
How different were this Arsenal side to the one you faced before?
Yeah, they're a good team. There's a reason why they've won every game in the Champions League, and why they're top of the Premier League. They've got good structure. They win, you know, first, second balls, and then obviously set pieces. We knew they was going to be dangerous. So yeah, they've got a good squad. You know, we'll see. I'm sure we'll see them again later stages of the Champions League, and we look forward to that one.
What did the manager ask of you tonight? Because at times you were dropping really deep. Yeah,
the same as pretty much every game this season, to try and you know, move them out of position, try and drag them out, and use runners in behind to exploit the space. Credit to them, they defended it well. They defended man for man pretty much all over the pitch. And then, like I said, in that second half especially, we just didn't quite come out with the ball enough in those moments, and got punished for it.
The perfect record in the Champions League for Bayern is now gone, but it's a competition you're so desperate to win as a player and as a team as well. So how much can you read into a result like this?
Yeah, like I touched on earlier, I don't think it's time to panic. I think you can learn from it for sure. But look, we played Chelsea, we played PSG away, we played Arsenal away. We've had a lot of tough games in the Champions League so far. We've won the majority of them. We have 3 games now left that, you know, on paper, if we reach our level, we should be able to win. And like I said, I'm sure we'll come against some tough teams later on in the stages come, you know, March time.
Although you didn't score tonight, you're having a phenomenal season, 29 goals for club and country. In a World Cup year, how important is it for you to just keep that form going right the way through the season?
Yeah, I think it's important for sure. I think as a striker, you want to be scoring goals, you want to be affecting games and helping the team. And whenever there's a World Cup at the end of the season, you know, you've always got one eye on that. And ultimately, even though it's a long way away, it's just about staying fit, staying as fresh as possible. Yeah, and, you know, we have a few more games now before we get a break. So just trying to, you know, grind it out until then.
Thanks, Harry.
Cheers, thank you.
It'll be a tough pill for Bayern to swallow, but they'll be back home, won't they?
First of all, 29 goals he's got. I mean, that is silly. No, Bayern, I thought today was a good test for them. And obviously they're still missing some really important players. Alphonso Davies, Jamal Musiala. Diaz was a big miss for them in terms of scoring and pressing as well. But I thought it was a good test for them. Arsenal were better second half, and I think they'll learn from that. I think you learn from these big games, but the most important is when you get to the knockouts. Been brilliant in the league. But today, Arsenal were the better team, and you got to hold your hands up to that.
Martin, Chelsea now for Arsenal at the weekend.
Yeah, they're coming thick and fast. Interesting to see, will Neto play down the middle? I thought that was an interesting tactic last night. Lots of youngsters now starting to play some of their best football. So Chelsea on Arsenal's shoulders.
Absolutely. OK, guys, lovely. I really enjoyed your company tonight. And